Hi dear games developers, it's Mavros, MakeSense episode. Not a number, but actually a little improvement on the MakeSense number 2. A little improvement because, we were supposed to make a smooth transition for the camera from third-person view to first-person view and the opposite. But I told you it was almost perfect. In some cases you could have some glitches or some imperfection, and it was a bit bothering me. So I thought a bit about that, and I found out the solution was pretty easy to set up. And it would be a bit a shame to not share with you this little improvement we can make on the camera to make it perfectly smooth. Here we are in the character blueprint in the event graph. If you remember, it's where we made our camera first-person view, third-person view transition. And we will just need a bit of space. And we will, let's see what is happening actually. When we made the transition, you can see it's quite smooth. But in some cases, for example, if our character is not going forward and oriented to the left or to the right or even like that, when we are making the transition, well, there is a little glitch, but it's just because we are going through the character. But also you can see that now we are facing forward while we were facing in other direction when we start the transition. This is because we are changing the control mode from first-person view to third-person view. As you might remember, in first-person view we have the typical first-person shooter control system with forward, backward and strafing left and right. And with third-person view we have the classical third-person shooter control where the character is orienting, rotating towards the direction he's going. And this is the cause of the issue, because we are changing the mode abruptly. And so at the end of the transition there is a snap. The character is changing his control binding, because at the in first-person view its rotation is bind with the controller rotation, with the camera rotation. And this is happening here, if you remember. And it's not a problem when you're going to first-person view to third-person view, because if you, for example, if you're going backward, here you're snapping, but if it's the other way, the character will rotate smoothly. It's because when we are in third-person view, the character is using the rotation rate that we set here. And if this number is quite high, you will have a kind of snap, but if it's the default value, you will have a quite smooth transition. So the problem is more when we are going from third-person view to first-person view. So the solution is actually to manually rotate our character during the transition in order to be at the good orientation at the end of the transition according to the new control system, to the new control mode. For this we can just add a new pin in our sequence. We will also detach this this part, which is taking care of the length of the arm, and we will change the length of the arm in order to where are you? Refolding everything in order to see, yes, here, to see what is happening with more clarity. So here it's supposed to be the first person view, and here's the third person view. And what is happening, let's see with a less obvious, yeah, tack. You see the snapping very obviously now. We need to take the character rotation and to set it manually. So we take the get actor rotation, the set actor rotation, sorry. We will change it, and we will change it like with the camera. We will use a LERP to have the choice between two rotation modes, two rotation targets actually. We take the shorter paths. We will take the alpha from the timeline, and when we start, when we are at A, if you remember, it's first person view, and B, it's third person view. So the third person view, we need, it's where we are going to start our transition, and we want this adjustment to be effective only when we are going from third person view to first person view. So, and make a branch. So if we are not in first person view, if we are in third person view, we are going to make the rotation to happen. And in first person view, we are using the controller rotation. So, okay. So in this case, because we will play the timeline in reverse from the end, we will go from the B to the A values. And the B values will be the position at what we are when we start the transition. For that, we will create a variable, and this variable will be called, and we will have to record this rotation when we start the transition. So we set our variable here, and we will just get the actor rotation, not the get actor rotation. And it should do the job. So let's compile and try if it's working correctly. So if we go in third person view and we rotate our character, during the transition our character should rotate progressively to aim and to be at the end of the transition at the good rotation. And this is what is happening. And if we are facing toward the camera, exactly the same. So it's working. Now we just have to reconnect this part and to reset the arm length to the first person view value. And we should have a very perfect rotation transition for, whatever is happening with our character. It's working fine now, and it's perfectly smooth. Success. So yes, little video, little improvement making our transition perfect, and that's all I wanted to show you. So see you next video.